such an asshole.
Continuing on with harsh, pessimistic, misanthropic. That's not misanthropic. Dark advice, I guess. I wanted to give to you another little arrow to put in your quiver. And that is the insult. And I mean the most deadly insult, the most insulting of insults. And that is accusing someone that they are common. I first saw it in the movie, in the theater. God, 2000, 1999? When was it? American Beauty, where there's the cute cheerleader girl and she's like, oh, you just can't, whatever. She's yelling at the nerd girl. And then the handsome guy comes in and says, you're nothing special, you're common. And the girl cried. I thought, oh, well, yeah, she probably thinks she's special or something. He said she's common. And I'm like, well, I don't know why she'd really think that was that insulting. Because she's very popular and everyone gives her attention and all that. But as I've gotten older, 25 years later, 26, 27 years later, and I've seen people evolve or fail to evolve. I'm absolutely thoroughly convinced that that is the most damaging, insulting thing you could tell someone. And the reason why is simply this. Because you're telling them that they're wasting their lives and they're not human. And what you're ultimately telling them is that they're worthless. I'll give you an example. Very common. We all know this one. All right. And I want the girls, Atham must have let a girl or two in here, but I want to hear a girl's opinion, whether you're live chat or not. Are there male dating profiles that are just so common? Where I know you all skip over them anyway, but is there an insultingly common one? Because the example where we see that's common, and then just roll and what's his name? Joker does a great job of lampooning at least one of these every video he does. Is where he does the dating profile of the day. And we all get happy. Then he plays the porn music. And it's something we all see. Single mom of 3. Can't handle me at the best. Don't deserve me at my worst. Done with the games and good times. Time to settle down. Looking for real man. And you'd almost not believe it. You'd almost think like, no, they cherry picking this data. And then you go and you look at dating profiles, or I have chat earlier. I was, no, dude, it's all over the place. And you're like, really? It's that common? I guess where we're also completely shocked is that it's the hypocrisy, or maybe not even attitude, but the cluelessness, how tone deaf they are. Like, did you not read your own description? You're fat, tattoos, burlesque, curvy. Well, or not that. Be like, no, I can't get up for that. I think that's where most people tune in. But the point is this. You are under 30, probably single mom, definitely overweight, liberal arts degree. Swipe, you don't like Trump. We got it. You're a Democrat. You like to travel. And then after a while, you got to ask, are you even human? And that is where perhaps the angle I'm coming from. Because I don't know about you guys, I like life. I like it because the alternative is not death. A lot of think death. Ooh, I wonder what death is like. You won't know. You won't be. Again, go back a couple of videos. Death is over for me. There's no me wandering around in space. Oh my, it's awfully black out here because I won't be there. This ends. Your sentience ends. Like all of it is you alive and sentient. But if you're not independent, you're not unique, you're just a robot, I really wonder, are you alive? Are you human? Are you sentient? It's a question very similar, like, Tree in the Woods, which is a stupid, I know, philosophical exercise. But I got to know, like, if Every girl in this particular instance comes out Democrat, liberal arts degree, feminist, and my values are determined by my political ideology. Travel, blah, 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 blah. You're not human. You're not independent. You are an NPC. You are Borg. And I'm not saying that as an insult. I'm saying it to describe you. You are not different. You are not unique. And when you don't become unique or different, you can't be human. And when you're not human, you are a thing. And they are. They are. The irony, and I think millennials, tell me if I'm wrong here. Ooh, you got a tattoo just like everyone else, so you could be unique. That, and I think the hypocrisy is where people get it. It's like, no, you're just lazy. You didn't want to actually achieve anything, so you thought, I get tatted up. Ooh, Chinese proverb. Eat dogs twice a day. It means happiness, joy, and love. Hang on. And fine, the irony, like, it's thick, but you dye your hair, you get your tattoos, you get your piercings, just like everyone else. Gen X got their tramp stamps, just like everyone else. How am I supposed to interact with you? How am I? Because there is no interacting with you. There's no interacting with you as a sentient, randomly generating intelligence behind it, wizard behind the curtain brain to interact with. You are a completely programmed automaton, a robot by your society and your environment. And just like I know if I, here's my throat spray. If I spray on this, the thing's going to come out and I get it in the back of the throat and it numbs me. You're a robot, you're a machine. I press this button. Oh, yes, I totally vote Democrat too. Yes, I care about the environment. Oh, amazing tattoo. What does it mean? I could just as well program a website. I could just as well program whatever, Visual Basic or any other computer programming or code, because that's all you are. And when you think that the only thing you have in life is life, like this is it, and your experiences and interacting with other people, and that you are this vessel, this brain that is on this life support system called a body, and that you are to interact with others. This is why I say humans are the most important thing, because everything else is an object. It's boring. It's a known quantity. Oh, sure, when you're a kid, it's all new and novel. Oh, the video game or the truck. I got the little 3-year-old nephew, big red bag, couldn't care less about the trucks. Big red bag, plays with the big red bag. Makes you wish you were the 3 again. So they kind of find that interesting. But in the end, it's just a thing. You figure it out as you get older. And all that's left is other human beings and thoughts. This is why comedians, I think, are probably the smartest people out there, because they engage humans at the intellect, but then they produce something that's funny and laughing and jovial and enjoyable. This is probably why leftists and the SJWs hate comedians. Because they're enjoying life. They're trying to make people happy and funny. Oh my God, not at the expense of others. Oh no, not that. And you don't have that. It's an empty shell. So much so that I would say that I don't agree with it, but you are now having, in the case of the ladies over here, and we'll get to the men that are NPCs as well, but to give you another case, because I won't lie, I do believe women, you're more brainwashed than men. I absolutely, because there's more money to be made off of you. We can go into that later, but so universal, so standardized, so mass produced. So, I will go and get the degree. I must get master's, sign, cosine, loan, parents help me. Oh, patriarchy. Graduate, get the degree. Now I go and work at 31.5. Oh, get husband, go to husband store, execute husband, add water. Now husband, inseminate, 1.3. Drop off at daycare, back to work. Men are brainwashed too, but the guys are now starting to replace you admittedly some of the fringe guys, with digital. There's a hologram. This is several years old, but there was a hologram. It's in Asia. Japan has a hologram where a female hologram will wake you up. It's like an assistant and attendant. And she'll text you nice things over the day. And whereas I'm like, well, that's not real. A little bit creepy. And libertarian, do what you want. You're not hurting anyone. But at the same time, I'm like, well, it's about the same, isn't it? Maybe better, because the holograph, which isn't real, says nice things. And show, I guess shows up, and I don't know. It doesn't nag you about the toilet. It doesn't tell you where you failed or this needs doing, or bothering you with long, boring stories about stuff that has been programmed into you to regurgitate. Yes, the page. Oh, yeah. Your TV shows. Hello, ladies. Hallmark Channel. I mean, there's that. It's the same thing. The same formula. Average girl. 2 guys. One's a dick, but he's good looking dick. And he's an investment banker. And then the cowboy with the heart of gold. And now they're adding in the single mom thing. All right, so it's a script, and then you tell them, "Oh, I watched this movie just like all the other ones. Oprah said the same thing today." And a guy can get this, literally can get the same intellectual stimulation out of essentially a piece of software, some code. Of course, it's dolled up as an anime character or hologram thing. And then you got TFM, who, again, I find a fascinating study in an individual human case study, where he's got a sex doll. Now, again, I disagree with that, but and I think he programs, there's a website where you can program artificial intelligence. It's still software. It's still a code. And yeah, okay, one of the extreme more element off on the fringes, but it's there. And he's happier with that. Again, libertarian, I don't care, but I'm more, and then in China, not Japan, China, I think there is a digital girl woman you can download, and it's like the most popular one, or even more recently, there was the digital female, I guess, OnlyFans. You can be replaced with a robot, not even a robot, with some code that just says nice things. That how bad is that? How bad? You're not human. You're a robot. Or you're not better. You're not even better than a robot. The one thing humans are supposed to do is not be objects. And you're not. You're just as predictable and programmable as a robot, but you've been programmed to be kind of mean and socialist and communist and stealing my money. And well, they just programmed this hologram to say nice things occasionally and ask you how your day was. Men, you ain't better. Not Mark. No, you're not better. I don't know how you normies, conformies, and inferiors can watch sports for so darn long, let alone watch the pre-post game show. Oh, did you gonna watch the Super Bowl? No, we're having a Super Bowl party. I'm going to get into my football league. I can understand if you got money involved. That's a little. If that's fun, it kills the mundacity of the office. But where you're wearing another man's jersey and you paint your face with the colors of the football team, okay. Then you get pissed. You have an emotional response whether your team wins or loses. Makes me wonder if you're human too. And that's the whole point. Because if you're not human, if you're not going to be smarter than a robot, if you're not going to be more interesting than a piece of software, oh my God, how many people go off and live in la la land digitally, right? Then you have no value. And that's why this is the most ultimate insult, because if I can't discern you between a robot and a human, you're just going to regurgitate. I can finish your sentences. I know exactly what you're all about. I know your value system. I know what's important in your life and why it's stupid that these things are important in your life. Then you're worthless. You're a worthless human being. You may have some economic value. You may work hard. You may produce something, but usually those type of people also then like, oh man, I really wish I had some free time. Go, hey, oh my God, my friends, what's going on? Oh, my wife, my husband, my kids. But that's not you guys. Most of you guys are all robots out in the burbs, whispering wills, pineful ways. This starter home starts at $650,000, and you can have yourself a 3-car garage that will be filled with all of your crap that you won't use, but you won't want to put any of your vehicles in there. You want to put it outside so all the neighbors know you have a brand new Ford Raptor and a boat, even though you're in Nevada. Happy wife, happy life. No, you ballless sacks of wonders. Don't stand up for yourself. Just be robot. Just be a robot. Gal's going to I got to go to the dressing the same. There's that meme going around where all the girls have the brown hats and the brown boots and the what. Really? Are you alive? Really? No, you're all doing exactly as you were programmed to do. And that makes me wonder if any of you are alive. It is so bad. It is so bad that I am convinced, I'm not getting convinced, I'm convinced that any independent-minded person has the right to take advantage of the sheep and the cattle, because that's what they are. Don't tell me you're smart and independent and every human has right. Yeah, they do have right. I'm not going to go but that don't mean I can't lie to you. I mean, my gosh, that's how the Democrats and Oprah, that's what all Operation Evil is about. You people will do whatever the heck you're told. You're so stupid, you won't question anything. And now that you're going to ruin humanity by just following all these false prophets, I want me some of that. You're my cattle now too. And that's where the ultimate insult comes in. Because if you're not smart, you're not independent, you can be predicted, you can be programmed, you can be brainwashed, then you are a robot. And you're not a human in your thing. And you know what robots are good for? For doing work. It's what they're for. They're for doing work. Oh my gosh, would you like another shocker? How many generations of young women have enriched their programmable slave masters in higher education? How many of you girls took out $100,000 in worthless loans and gave it to the higher education people? Be it a professor, admin, all their hires. You all got these worthless degrees. And I would say, well, we don't want to leave the women alone on this, but 60% of you men were too. I'll go to college. I'll go fall hard. Money fall. Bop, bop, bop. Sign away. Here, I'm poor. Student loan, every taxpayer bail me out. Any of you pissed? Any of you? What about you older gals too? You wasted your entire lives going to school and working and paying taxes and following the Fresh in the City or Sex in the City. And now you're alone with your cat. Literally, it's not a joke. It's not a shtick. What was your life worth? Nothing. You are common. You're a dime. You could be replaced. You're interchangeable. You're commodities. You're material. You're fungible. Like really, could I go have a conversation with someone? I go to the sports bar. Tell me how a conversation would be different between a Vikings fan and a Detroit Lions fan. Some fat, overweight guy horking down his wings and light beer, like that's going to save him. And they're watching the game. You think the conversation is going to be anything different between those two? No. Fungible commodities, interchangeable. Not a human brain cell, not a human. Oh, wow. You're for justice causes and you vote Democrat and you have a liberal arts degree? Wow. I wonder if the girl who also is for justice causes has a liberal arts degree and still, I wonder if she's going to say anything different this time. And the answer is no. because you're not human. You're all NPCs. And the problem with NPCs, they wouldn't get the insult, just like I didn't realize how devastating of an insult that was in the movie American Beauty. But realize that there is no bigger insult really in the world if you sit down and figure it out when you tell someone they're common. Because it means they're wasting their life, they're not really there, and they're of no value to another human being. Just chattel. That's it. Just material. Personnel to be used either in a corporation, voting for government, some kind of war even. War might even make sense. Soldiers actually do carry some value. But if you are common, you have wasted your life. And you're so common, you won't understand why that's an insult. Or why you shouldn't want to waste your life. Because you're perfectly fine watching your TV, eating your food, and stimulating your senses with vice and food and all that. And you are so not capable of intelligent conversation. At least not you. You think it's intelligent conversation? That's my favorite. Is there anything more dumb? The late night college freshman dorm room philosophy talk. I just feel, oh, shut up. Common, robots, cattle, chattel, material, commodities, fungible. And so if you want to say something, let's say you're at a party, you're at a social event, and there's someone commoner, some boring NPC just talking. And they say, what? Sorry, I don't listen to common people. You're just common. You don't even give them you don't even acknowledge them as a human. And just sit there what do I think? I don't really give my opinion to common people. And I'm what do you mean? Because immediately they'll think commoners, you're royalty. No, you all just think the same. And it's pointless for me to even talk to you. It'd be like talking to that tree over there. That might get them. That might get them pissed off because then now you're insulting their intelligence. But you could just say what and then you demonstrate. Then you finish their sentences. You blah 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 blah. You cheer for that team. You get pissed off. Blah, blah, blah. You're fat, and that's why your husband isn't excited. Blah, 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 and then you. And you know what? You guys aren't special. There's at least 150 million people just like you in this country alone. And you're going to say what I know you're going to say because you're going to said it before. And you're going to say this. I've heard it before. You're a robot. You're a program. You're an algorithm. I don't need to listen to you. I could go play a video game. It's more stimulating. There's more interaction. I'm just here because I have to be because I'm paid. So you're worth it. You wouldn't be employed long. So there you go. Common. You're common. And maybe I don't talk to common people. And why would you? Why would you? It's just painful. Oh, it's painful. I mean, a real good way to say, look, I had to attend school with common people since 5 years old. I got out in college. I don't have to do that anymore. One thing was people did ask my opinion. Closest I ever got to it, and it was a political thing, and I was an economist. I had all the numbers. Most people were wrong. There were 2 people that were right. Well, what do you think? You're an economist. I'm yeah, I paid, it's $100 for my opinion. What? I said, it's $100 for my opinion. I don't give away my opinion for free. This sounds like work. They didn't pay. I was if you all want to cough up $100, that's fine, but no. And that's probably a good thing to do too. People want your opinion. Yeah, you're gonna have to pay me for it because you ain't gonna make people happy. And you get to $20. Yeah, you're all a bunch of idiots. NF $2. Go Cappy, go. Dung is fun. $5. The highest thing about Aaron is blood pressure. No, my blood pressure was very low. Very low. Anger management, Cappy. Also, the house is done, and me being sick, I can't really run around or do a lot of exercise. All right, Vandalay, $10. The donation has been made to your name to the Human Fund. Money for people. Thanks for everything, Cap. Have a cigar on me. Thank you, Art Vandalay. Let me know when you start your import-export business. That's DJ Aftershock, $2. One thing that isn't common about Cappy is his height. That is correct. No, actually, it is very common. I am the average height. I'm 5'9". That's average in America. But women do not like. That doesn't make. Well, look, it's the same thing. Like, do you notice all the fat women? No, you don't. I mean, unless they're gross or grossly overweight, you only notice the very thin ones. Women only notice the very tall, good-looking men. And I'm background. I'm too short. Almost. I mean, I'm not out of shape, but I'm not. You got to be 5'11" at least, and you got to wear the right clothes too. I'll admit that. I don't wear fancy clothes. There's a piece of me that wants to go out and try, like, okay, I'll dress up regularly for like an entire month, see what happens. But then I'm like, that sounds like a lot of work. Are we caught up? We're caught up. All right. There you go. See you guys later. Toodles.